Are you still not done with your part-time job? It's already 4 in the afternoon. Shouldn't you head home and tend to household chores?
I'm sorry, Camilla. I have to work overtime a bit. I'll go shopping at the supermarket and then head home.
Are you still going to be late?
Yes. I want to buy ingredients for tonight's dinner.
You're really inefficient, aren't you? Can't you make do with the ingredients we have at home?
Didn't you say you wanted flounder simmered for dinner today?
That was yesterday. I don't really want it now.
I see. But we're out of milk, so I think I'll stop by.
Oh, I see. Then hurry back. I've left the housework for you to do. Please fold the laundry. You haven't cleaned the bathroom and the toilet yet, have you?
Understood.
I brought in the laundry for you, you know. It's actually your job.
I'm sorry. Thank you.
I thought you were more capable, Alina. That's why I allowed you to work part-time. But if you're going to burden me like this, I might have to forbid you from working part-time.
I'll be careful. From now on, I'll finish cleaning before leaving for work.
You're a daughter-in-law in this family. Try to anticipate and do things. It's too late if you wait for me to tell you.
Yes.
And there's something I've been thinking about lately. Don't you dress too flashy?
Do you think so? I thought it was just like any other outfit.
You wore a skirt the other day, didn't you? When you went out with my son. That fluttery one.
Yes.
It's indecent to wear something so flirtatious to attract men. You're a wife. Don't wear things that show your legs to other men.
But I think that skirt was down to the knee.
Whether it's down to the knee or not, your legs were visible, weren't they? And the light pink color is vulgar.
I see. I'm sorry, I'll be careful.
Dress more like a wife. Pay attention to your makeup and hair. You look like someone from the nightlife industry.
Camilla, I think that's a bit of disrespectful remark.
If you don't want to be seen that way, dress more modestly. No one is looking at you, even if you don't wear makeup.
No, I mean, with my looks, I couldn't work in the nightlife industry. Professionals are much more careful.
That's not what I'm talking about. Never mind. Conversations with you always seem to go awry.
I'm sorry.
Please don't add to my stress anymore. Just hurry home and do the housework. Hey, Alina. When are you guys coming home?
We just left with my husband. We'll be late today. It's our day off and we're going to eat dinner outside too.
Come home right now.
What happened?
My dear daughter Maya is having a hard time.
Did something happen to Maya?
Apparently, Maya is being bullied by her mother-in-law at her husband's house.
Bullying the daughter-in-law. That's worrisome.
From morning to evening, she's being worked hard by her mother-in-law, and she's been forced to do all the housework by herself. Despite this, she's still not being treated as a member of the family. She was the only one left behind during a family trip. She couldn't bear it any longer and called me for advice just a while ago.
Is that so? Things must be tough on her end.
I'm thinking about calling her mother-in-law, but Maya told me not to. I really don't know what to do.
Bullying a daughter-in-law is a delicate issue. I think it would be best for you, the mother-in-law, not to do anything.
But I can't stand by and do nothing. I can't leave my daughter alone in that house. And it seems the mother-in-law said she was a useless wife. Can you believe it? My daughter, who I raised with such care.
I see.
Hey, you'll come home right away, won't you? I think we need to discuss this as a family. Please tell my son that his sister Maya is in trouble.
I'm already telling my husband exactly what you told me. But Maya isn't coming here, is she?
Yes, that's true.
But even if my husband comes home, it won't solve anything. So he says we should continue with our plans.
Doesn't he care about Maya? Alina, you're in the same position as a wife. You should understand, right?
Yes, I suppose so.
That's why men are useless in situations like this. Apparently Maya's husband is turning a blind eye.
It must be hard not having emotional support.
Maya is a girl who can be proud of anywhere. I wonder what they don't like about her. If Maya were my daughter-in-law, I would be nothing but grateful.
Well, you're Maya's real mother.
What? Are you saying there's a problem with Maya?
No, not like that. Being the wife of a son might be a delicate position for a mother-in-law. I don't have children, so I can't understand the feeling.
If you don't know, don't say anything. But you're glad I'm your mother-in-law, aren't you, Alina? Even on your day off, you can go out and play with my son. I feel sorry for Maya, who didn't get a good mother-in-law. Hey, should I take her back home?
First of all, I think Maya's feelings are the most important, so it would be best to contact her before taking any action.
That's true. Our house is the only place Maya can rely on. I need to be strong. But it's really infuriating. Only the worst people bully their daughters-in-law.
I agree. I think so too.
I'll call Maya again. She must be at her limit, so I'll try to convince her to come home somehow.
Understood.
And when Maya comes home, make sure you give her proper support, okay, Alina? I want her to take a break and not to do anything for a while. Even if Maya offers to help, don't let her do even a single chore, okay?
Understood. I want to confirm with you, Camilla. It's better to escape from a mother-in-law who bullies her daughter-in-law, right?
Of course. Living together is difficult enough, but bullying the daughter-in-law on top of that is the worst.
Understood. Thank you. I will act according to your words.
Good morning, Alina.
Maya, good morning. What's up?
You're at your parents' house now, right?
Yes, that's it.
I heard you left home, Alina. It's because I came back, isn't it? I'm really sorry for returning when we're living together. It must not feel good for you.
No, that's not it.
Huh? Then why? My mother was also surprised that I suddenly left.
I also escaped from bride bullying Hag, so it's the same reason as Maya. It's not your fault.
Did you say bride bullying Hag? You're talking about my mother, aren't you?
Yes, it's hard to say to my daughter Maya, but I was quite at the limit too. But hearing about Maya's situation, my mother-in-law said that only the worst kind of person bullies their daughters-in-law. I thought to myself, even though she's doing it herself, I discussed it with my husband and decided to leave. Sorry for the misunderstanding.
Is that so? My mother, who criticized her mother-in-law so much, she was doing the same thing.
That's why I have no intention of returning there anymore, so Maya doesn't have to worry. Your mother is kind to you. You should take it easy until you calm down.
I can't calm down. My own mother is bullying her daughter-in-law. Alina, what kind of bullying did my mother do to you? I understand that you may not want to talk about it, but please tell me.
I don't think you would feel good hearing this.
I'm fine with that. Please.
Then it's going to be a long story. Is it okay if we talk over the phone?
Yes, it's okay. My mother is not at home now, so please tell me everything. Elena, what on earth have you done? Why did you plant strange ideas in my daughter's mind?
Huh? What are you talking about?
You talked about how I bullied my daughter-in-law, didn't you?
Yes.
So you're affirming it. Why would you do such a thing? My daughter has just returned home, hurt by the bullying from her mother-in-law. Don't you have any consideration for others? And you even said that the reason you left the house is because of me.
That's exactly right. I left the house because I couldn't stand your daughter-in-law bullying. But that's okay, right? You said that I don't have to bear it either.
That's about Maya's story. It doesn't concern you, does it?
If it's about daughter-in-law bullying, it's not irrelevant to me. You've been making nasty remarks and harassment to me every day, haven't you?
Me? When? Where did I do that?
Even though we live together, you pushed all the housework onto me. Isn't this the same as Maya's situation?
I did the housework too.
Does putting away the laundry you occasionally dry count as doing housework?
I also cook, don't I?
Are you referring to the times you threw away the food I cooked? Or called it tasteless and turned it into trash by adding excessive seasoning?
I also clean.
You mean just your own bedroom, right? I clean everything else. I wake up early in the morning to clean the bathroom and toilet, mop and sweep the floors. I can only use the vacuum cleaner on days without part-time work because it's noisy early in the morning. I also run the laundry, cook for the family, do the dishes, and finally go out. So what are you saying you're doing?
It's only natural for a daughter-in-law living together to do housework.
Maybe Maya's mother-in-law thought the same way. Isn't it the same thing?
I didn't treat you like an outsider.
When you returned from a trip with your friends, I was the only one without a souvenir, wasn't I?
I kind of forgot about that.
What about the sweets you buy when you go out? There's always none for me, right? Even the other day when you bought cake. What's up with that?
That's because I bought it for my hardworking husband and son.
To me, it sounds like an excuse. You've also called me a useless daughter-in-law. And you even made a sarcastic remark during a previous family trip, saying, "Are you planning to come too?" I think you've been doing quite similar things to Maya.
I didn't mean any harm. I didn't do it out of malice like Maya's mother-in-law.
Then why don't you bully your daughter-in-law in front of your husband or father-in-law? You always do it when we're alone or during text exchanges, don't you?
Is that so?
Yes, it is. Do you forget things that are inconvenient for you? But don't worry, I reported everything to my husband. I showed him the text messages too.
You've been talking to her son as well?
Of course, he's my husband.
But her son hasn't said anything to me. I haven't been warned or anything about the bullying.
I asked him not to say anything. We live together and I wanted to get along with you as much as possible. But then I realized something from Maya's situation. There is such a thing as futile effort. While you were ignoring your own actions, you were criticizing mother-in-law bullying. Somehow that broke my spirit.
Elena, listen. I didn't mean to bully you. I just wanted you to be a good daughter-in-law and was trying to give you various advice.
So Maya's mother-in-law might have thought the same way. What I want to say is that you're not a mother-in-law who can criticize others. Please reconsider your own actions first.
Elena, I'm sorry. I apologize for everything until now. So won't you come back home?
No, I won't. I will end the cohabitation. The whole reason for the cohabitation was your request in the first place. I don't want to put myself through unnecessary hardships anymore.
All right, let's end the cohabitation. But can you forgive me in return? I've been severely criticized by my son and daughter about the mother-in-law bullying. They've even told me to leave the house.
That's what you get.
I've truly reflected. I'll be a good mother-in-law from now on. So please, I'm begging you.
Can you say that in front of Maya? Can you tell Maya to forgive her mother-in-law's bullying?
I think I'm a bit different from that mother-in-law.
The fact that you can say such a thing shows you haven't reflected at all. I have no obligation to help you. You should be more aware that you are a terrible person who bullies your daughter-in-law. Afterwards, my mother-in-law, accompanied by my father-in-law and sister-in-law, came to apologize to my parents' house. Of course, I didn't forgive her, but she promised not to interfere with me outside of life's major events. So I let them know that I had no particular desire for her to leave the house. My sister-in-law scolded my mother-in-law thoroughly, so I don't think the same thing will happen again. Having been exposed for her behind-the-scenes harassment, my mother-in-law had become completely subdued and has been earnestly taking on the housework that I used to do. I may have been better off complaining earlier, but I was living with them, and if possible, I wanted to be liked by my husband's parents, so I think I ended up enduring too much unnecessarily. But from now on, I have no intention of looking to my mother-in-law's moods. Even if we have to face each other, I plan to do so without any reservations. In addition, it seems that my sister-in-law and her husband have also stopped living with us and moved out. We both discussed how glad we are that things are moving in a better direction for both of us. I will not forget to appreciate my husband, who supported me behind the scenes during the harassment, and my sister-in-law and father-in-law, who firmly scolded my mother-in-law. I want to cherish those who will continue to care about me.